Okay, so this is probably how it would work. You give this godly guy the script for this movie that I'm about to review. And he's like, nope. I reject the script. It is the devil's work. But if you were to give the script to Rob Zombie, which he actually wrote and directed this film, this is probably what he would say. I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work. The Devil's Rejects. Now in my review prior for House of a Thousand Corpses, which is the first in this film series, which is only 2 films, so it's not really a series, but it's a story. And speaking of stories, I went on and on about how to tell a good scary story. Or be a creep. And I didn't really focus too much on House of a Thousand Corpses. I didn't focus too much on the characters or the plot. So I'm going to focus on that in this review. The Devil's Rejects, like its predecessor, has an awesome slew of characters, especially evil people, like Baby. She is the daughter of Otis, who is a guy in a clown makeup, and he is one of the best characters in the film. I'm not sure who Otis is. I think it's Sherry Moon Zombie's character's brother, Baby's brother. And he is played by Bill Moseley, who's really in a lot of horror films. And then you have, I don't think it was Karen Black, I think she was replaced by somebody else, but Karen Black in the original played Mama Firefly, and she was a sick. And in this one, she acts so crazy. She's all like, "They'll get you, they'll get you." Yeah. You also have Tiny, who is a really awesome character in the first film. And in this film, he's in the background, but he comes when you need him most. He's like Superman, but with a deformation. You also have Ken Forsythe, I think that's who it was. Yeah, Ken Forey, who plays, I think his name is the Captain or something. But he is a real hoot to watch. And you have a lot of really good actors in this film. I recognized the old guy who was getting tortured with the 4 people in the hotel, the one who was the lead singer. I don't remember what he was from, but I recognize him. And it's an awesome film. And the weird thing about it is that you hate the main villains with a passion for the first hour. It's kind of like From Dusk Till Dawn. You hate the main villains. They're like the worst scumbags ever. And then the cop comes in and you realize this guy is a sick bastard. And he's going to do everything in his power to make them pay. And you're like, yeah, they deserve it. And more so than what they got. But you start to feel bad for them. And then the ending comes along and they play this song. It's like a forgiveness song. It makes you feel like, yeah, could they really change their ways? Could they really have become not serial killers? And it's actually very moving. And this film just accomplishes everything with flair. Otis, Captain Spaulding, and Baby have great chemistry. They have their own sick sense of humor that translates well on film, and they work so well together. This film captures the sides of serial killers that we usually don't get to see. They're human beings, they have lives, but they're just sick in the head. Now, much like House of a Thousand Corpses, The Devil's Rejects feels like a 70s film. It takes place in 1978, and it just has that environment, and it has those haircuts. Now, if you want to watch something that is sick, twisted, and just messed up, then watch House of a Thousand Corpses, Hostel, those kind of films. But if you want to watch a film that actually gives depth to their killers, The Devil's Rejects is a good choice, my friends. It is a lot different than House of a Thousand Corpses, not only in vibe, but in gore and a lot of other things that make the film messed up. And that's actually kind of a thing that Rob Zombie does. With his original film, he makes it his own, and then he totally changes everything for the second film. Like House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects, and Halloween and Halloween 2. They have two totally different atmospheres and environments, and everything is just different. And I love that. It gives you something original and new and fresh for each film. Overall, I give The Devil's Rejects a 4 out of 5. Do you want to know something awesome about The Devil's Rejects? Well, in this film they have a cameo that appears a couple times, and it is the guy who played, I believe it was Pluto in The Hills of Ice, and he also played in the Deadly Blessing movie, which is another Wes Craven film, and he got old. I am Brian Gatto, host of Horror Show Movie Reviews. Make sure to like my Facebook page in the description below, and to leave comments and subscribe.